Okay, after 1 month, we'll continue with our second chance reading. Last was a month back because after that we had the Snan Jatra and then the Rath Jatra, and then we had our South African people singing nicely. So let's read the last line we read. Okay. Let me adjust the screen. Excuse, I'm full.
Yeah.
Okay. We are starting from the top, second line. People would rather read all kinds of books by all kinds of rascals, but the result of such books is to kill Krishna consciousness. And we saw how we discussed about Mr. Warren Buffett, who writes books about becoming a millionaire and becoming rich overnight, etc., and how that doesn't give any Krishna consciousness. Let's continue reading. In illusion, a person may think he can get rid of unwanted habits and be saved by some artificial mystic meditation. And in fact, one time it was possible to attain liberation by practicing Ashtanga Yoga, the Eightfold Yogic meditation. But at present, almost no one can follow this process, and artificial attempts at yoga will not help us. Nowadays, we see yoga means exercise. Only exercise nowadays yoga means. There is a very famous guy in India who has more than million followers for yoga. Exercise to keep body and health good. I am also his follower, so but that's just to keep the body alive. But that's all people think yoga is. But yoga, the technical, it's a Sanskrit word, so yoga means joining. So joining the soul with the Supreme. That is yoga. The process of joining the soul, which is us, to the Supreme is called yoga. But then, it got watered down to exercise only. Now everybody wants to just make the body happy. So it's very painful situation, but what to do? So people don't know what yoga is, and even some people, like Prabhupada is mentioning there, second line, be saved by artificial mystic meditation. So some people say, oh Prabhu, I don't chant your 2 hours of Hare Krishna, just waste of time. I sit 5 minutes for meditation and my day goes nice. I'm like, okay, and what do you think when you meditate? He said, I think that I'm a big man and I have no problems, and then I said, okay, then after 5 minutes what happens? So I'm back in this world. I'm like, okay, back in this world where there are problems. So you didn't attain anything anyways. So people just think of themselves too high for 5 minutes. And how much can we meditate? If you close your eyes even for 10 seconds, there will be at least 2 thoughts in mind. So there's nothing that it's going to be blank. Prabhuji, मैं blank कर देता हूँ मेरे अपने आप को. That's never happening. You can try. I will not try. The best ways to do yoga is to connect ourselves with the Supreme by chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And this is in the scripture, I'm not making stuff up. What we are reading here is scripture. It is not some man gadhat kahani that somebody made up and we are just following andhadhun. This is from the 6th canto of the Srimad Bhagavatam. We'll continue reading. Therefore, to help the fallen people of this age of Kali, the Supreme Lord appeared 500 years ago as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He knew that people of this age would not even be able to follow the regulative principles. What to speak of practicing Ashtanga Yoga? Therefore, he gave the Maha Mantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So that we can gradually be elevated to the highest position of spiritual life. Other processes of purification or sacrifice cannot be followed in this age, because for the most part people are too degraded. But one may take to this process of chanting Hare Krishna, as it is said in the Brihan Naradiya Puran 3.8.136, Hare Rama, Eva Kevalam, Kalo Nasteva Gatir Anyatha. In this age of quarrel and hypocrisy, the only means of deliverance is chanting the holy name of the Lord. There is no other way, there is no other way, there is no other way. Chanting the holy name of the Lord is always superbly effective, but it is specifically effective in this age of Kali. Its practical effectiveness will now be explained by Sukdev Goswami through the history of Ajamil, who was freed from the hands of Yamaraj, the universal judge, simply because of chanting the holy name of Narayan. Yes, in the beginning of this paragraph, Prabhupada is mentioning how Lord Chaitanya came. Lord Chaitanya is Lord Krishna himself, Kalir Kare Nama Rupe Krishna Avatar. He is the one who gave the holy name to everybody. He said anybody can chant, everybody can chant. Chaitanya, don't keep it on the floor. Yes, anybody can chant Hare Krishna. There is no hard and fast rule. Many times we see that, in many of the Hindu temples, that only priests can do some things. They know the mantras. Apen to kahi na hoye. Apen to khali ha swaha boli devana bas. But here Hare Krishna, everybody can chant. Anybody can chant. The most sinful must chant, but the most sinful can chant. The most pious can chant. Any race, any color, any age. There is no age. Chaitanya is chanting. You chanting Hare Krishna? Okay, Chaitanya is chanting. His granny is chanting. His auntie is chanting. So everybody is chanting. It is very easy. And Prabhupada is mentioning how Ashtanga Yoga or any type of yoga or sacrifices in this age, yagya, not practical. I basically come from a past. My past is not a pure Hindu past. My mother was a Hindu. My father was a Parsi. So as Parsis, we worship the fire. So every once in a while there's this prayer with, fire is there, and all these priests are like, doing their swaha in their language, in their own thing. And everybody is wearing a mask, the priests. Me being me, I like to start fighting or unnecessary cause problems. So I went to one of the priests and I'm like, why do you wear the mask? He said, there's a lot of smoke, so it's difficult to breathe. I'm like, exactly. That's why Lord Chaitanya said it's not practical. Even in our Sanatana culture, there is a lot of yajnas to be done, but not necessarily, because you need qualification. Now we see, no offense to Mahesh Bhai or Vinod Bhai in Lilongwe, or me myself, I did 1 or 2 yajnas, and people do yajnas in Kali Yuga. The most important thing that we need to start a yajna, what is it? Can somebody tell me?
Mantra.
Nah. To start a yajna.
To desire something.
Nahi, yeah, to start.
The ingredients.
To start the fire, what will you need?
Wood.
Wood.
Ghee.
Wood. Ghee.
Tal.
No.
Come to the point.
Matches.
Matches. Without matches, no yajna can be done. But in those days when yajna was the thing, now is Harinam Sankirtan is the main thing in this age of Kali. But in the Satya Yuga, the Treta Yuga, when yajna was the main thing, they did not need matches. They could chant mantra and yajna would start. हमना कोई कर ही सके छे वो कोई कर सकता है ऐसे exactly because this age is not for yajna, but still we have to do some certain yajnas for installing the deities, for doing griha pravesh and all that stuff. So some of it is required, so we do it, but it's not practical. You can't really do because we are not that qualified. Prabhupada is mentioning that we are not qualified to do all those things. We are not qualified to do Ashtanga Yoga. Starting with sitting down. Not everybody can sit down. Indians can sit down, aram thi. I can't sit down. I'm too old to sit down. I have spine issues. I'm growing old. Faster. So, there you go. So we can't do yoga, we can't do meditation, we can't do yajna. So now we are in Kali Yuga, so we should chant the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. And that's how we'll get perfection. And Prabhupada is mentioning at the end, the shloka from the Brihan Naradiya Purana. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Eva Kevalam. Kalo nastyeva, 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 gatir anyatha. That in this age of Kali, if you want to get out of this age of Kali, which is very painful, trust me. Jitu Bhai knows. This material world is very painful. All the diabetic people know that this world is not meant for fun. Because our body is not able to have fun now. That's the basic. If we would be having fun, we wouldn't believe that. But now we are in such a position that, we have signs of self-realization that there is no fun in this material world. So if you want to get out, Hare Rama Eva Kevalam. Eva, only. Kevalam, again, only this one. Offering. कलो नास्तेव 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 गति नाते ये कली का नाश करने के लिए सिर्फ हरे नाम एव केवल है. And then Prabhupada is explaining how Sukdev Goswami will continue to explain. And Prabhupada comes to the most important point, which is rarely followed in the Kali Yuga. We are here, so we try following. But generally outside it is all cats and dog society. The topic itself is very dangerous. The dangers of illicit sex. Generally it's not meant for Indian type audience because they are kind of following Sanatan, so they don't do this. But these days everything is possible. Okay, We have 10 minutes, so let's do this. To benefit fully from chanting the holy name of the Lord, one needs to chant offenselessly. बोले तो अपराध किए बिना जप करना है. ऐसे नहीं कि मैं जप कर रहा हूँ, बोल रहा हूँ ये बट्टू आएगा ना मेरे पास, तो उसको मैं ऐसे बोलने वाला हूँ ना, आज उसको दिखा दूंगा मैं कौन हूँ. So that's offensive chanting. I mean, I'm not a devotee, but at least I'm trying, so I get points. And to guarantee offenseless chanting, some austerity is required. Austerity is tapasya. थोड़ी तपस्या करना पड़ता है. कौन तपस्या नहीं करता है? कोई है यहाँ पे जो तपस्या नहीं करता है? हर कोई करता है तपस्या. राकेश बाबू, आपका ऑफिस कितने बजे है? हाँ, 6 निकल. तो उठते बजे होंगे 5 बजे. आप उठना चाहते हैं? आप उठना चाहते हैं? पढ़ता नहीं है, उठना चाहते हैं आप?
नहीं, वैसे रिलैक्स अगर चाहे तो फिर मतलब सोचूंगी थोड़ा लेट जाएंगे, पर जाना पड़ेगा ना.
नहीं,
क्वेश्चन तो ये है कि जाना ही पड़ेगा. वो
जाने दो. मैं पूछ रहा हूँ आप उठना चाहते हैं या नहीं 5 बजे?
नहीं, सैटरडे संडे जैसे छुट्टी होती है तो नहीं उठना चाहता.
ओके, क्वेश्चन ही नहीं समझा है.
हाँ, समझ गया मैं, क्वेश्चन समझ गया मैं कि नहीं उठना चाहता हूँ.
बस सैटरडे संडे की बात मत करो. तो जो आप नहीं करना चाहते वो करना पड़ रहा है, उसको तपस्या बोलते हैं. तो आप कर रहे हैं तपस्या. भले आप भगवान के लिए नहीं कर रहे, खुद के लिए कर रहे, फैमिली के लिए कर रहे, लेकिन कर रहे हैं. हर कोई तपस्या कर रहा है. अक्षय प्रभु इतना दूर फैमिली से रह रहे, तपस्या है. भले वो फैमिली के लिए कर रहे, भगवान के लिए नहीं कर रहे, जो भी कर रहे हैं, हर कोई तपस्या कर रहा है. तो सबको करना है तपस्या, लेकिन भगवान के लिए करेंगे तो हमें एक्स्ट्रा पॉइंट्स मिलेंगे. आगे बढ़ेंगे. कहाँ थे हम? हाँ. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल, वन शुड स्टॉप इंडल्ज इन इलिसिट सेक्स. ओके, आगे पढ़ेंगे. सेक्स इज वन ऑफ द बॉडीली नीड्स, so it is sanctioned in the Shastras to some degree. One is allowed to live peacefully with one's wife and have sex for begetting children. Other than to beget children, however, there is no need for indulging in sex. One who does not take responsibility of family but remains a bachelor and engages in illicit sex is considered irresponsible, and he will have to suffer the consequences. ये बहुत ही सिंपल इंग्लिश था, तो I don't think explanation is required here. So we will continue. This whole topic will be lot of, Prabhupada is talking so much about illicit sex. Somebody who doesn't know what we are doing, they'll just come and think, अरे यार ये सेक्स के बारे में इतना क्यों बात कर रहे हैं, ये तो मंदिर है. जय कृष्ण बलराम की जय, जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुदर्शन प्रभु की जय, राधा गोपीनाथ की जय. But they don't know this is from the भागवत. ये भागवत में है. भागवत में है तो नो प्रॉब्लम, बात कर सकते हैं भागवत में है तो. और वो उसके बैड थिंग्स के बारे में बोल रहा है. ऐसा नहीं कि बोल रहे कि चलो अभी जाएंगे और जो करना है करेंगे. So we'll just read past this. If somebody needs explanation, please ask, especially of the English terms that Prabhupada is using. Of course, one who thinks that family life is too big a responsibility can forego. बोले तो नहीं करना है, वो फैमिली रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी नहीं लेना है तो मत लो, नो प्रॉब्लम. एंड thus avoid a lot of trouble. ठीक है, लॉट ऑफ ट्रबल है फैमिली लाइफ के लिए. जिसको है वो बता सकता है कितना प्रॉब्लम है फैमिली लाइफ में. बच्चे छोटे तो बहुत अच्छे लगते हैं, बड़े होने के बाद पता चलता है, उनके सींग भी आते हैं तो बहुत देरी से पता चलता है वो. ऐसा मैंने सुना है, मेरा खुद का नहीं है कोई. जय ठाकुर जी. Family responsibility is very great. Therefore, if a man feels he cannot accept responsibility, he should remain brahmachari. a celibate student, a person who practices the science of brahmacharya under the care of a spiritual master automatically becomes 75% free from material entanglement. कल ही मैं किसी से बात कर रहा था, वो बोला प्रोजी मेरी लड़की देखो, पर मेरी लड़की भाग गई इंडिया, मैं क्या देखूं तेरे लिए। मैं उसको बोला तू खुश है, शांति से रहे। नहीं प्रभु क्या करूं। तो it's not necessary. The only thing we have in the material world, ladies might think this purse is mine, this is mine, that is mine. Akshay Prabhu might believe his glasses is his, watch is his. Nothing is ours. The only thing we have is the quality or the freedom of making choice. If we make choice, we can go to Krishna. If we make choice, we can go to the nightclub and decide our fate. This is the only thing we have. We have nothing, trust me. Because tomorrow if my glasses, my number changes, this glasses is useless, I got to buy new glasses. So the glasses are not mine. Clothes. Just now I get stuck here and it gets torn. Pati gave baat. Kapra bhi mara nathi. So it's very important to understand that we own nothing. We came with nothing. When I was very small, I was in 9th standard and there was a movie, Mr. Hrithik Roshan's first movie. Does anybody know? He was pumping cockroach pump. नहीं याद है? हाँ. And he was singing with that cockroach pump song, खाली हाथ आए थे हम खाली हाथ जाएंगे. People just sing that song, but nothing goes inside the head. वो पैसा बनाने के लिए गाना बनाता है, लेकिन आपने को सीखना है कुछ तो. We all have come empty-handed. Nobody has come like, okay, I come with pockets. And so much like how Lavangapo said, Malawi Kwacha. Nobody comes with nothing. And even when going, they don't go with anything. I've seen in the movies, because I'm not of the Christian faith, but I've seen in the movies how after their death they dress them up nicely, suit, boot, tie, everything perfect, like he's going to meet God just now. But he's not going to. That body will decompose and the clothes also will decompose. So it's very important to understand, we are not here to live, we are here to go. So if you're here to go, you don't go on shopping. अब मलावी से कोई जाना है वापस किसी को इंडिया, क्या लेके जाना है हमारे, कुछ भी तो नहीं है यहाँ लेके जाने, लेकिन नहीं हम यहाँ आए तो हम शॉपिंग करेंगे, हम ये लेंगे, बड़ा सोफा सेट लेंगे, सब और एक साल बाद हाँ चलो अब भैया इंडिया जाना है. So if you know you're going, you will not waste time in shopping and settling. But because we don't know that we are going, it's very easy to हाँ मेरा भी time आएगा जाने का, but it's very difficult to realize that. When Yudhishthir Maharaj was asked, what is the most mind-boggling thing, सबसे आश्चर्यचकित चीज क्या है, तो Yudhishthir Maharaj said, everybody is dying. People are seeing everybody dying, but they think है मुझे नहीं होगा, मुझे होगा तो बहुत टाइम है अभी. So that's the problem with our modern living. We don't want to go and we don't believe that we are going to go, but we don't know. You pull your car out, that other car will bash you and you'll be gone in no time. I've had first-hand accident experience in Malawi here two years ago, and just by the mercy of the Lord and the mercy of airbags, I'm still alive. So yes, so we are not here to live for long. So please Chant Hare Krishna and be happy. There is a lot more in this connection. Okay, let's just, there's nothing much to explain in this chapter, so let's just finish and clear, read and finish it. 3 more paragraphs, nothing to explain. Today, however, no one wants to undergo austerities of brahmacharya. किसी को ब्रह्मचारी रहना है मंदिर में आके, किसी को नहीं रहना है. Everybody wants to stay out, have a job, have a career, पैसा कमाना है, लड़की घुमाना है, but they don't want to take responsibility. लड़की घुमाने के बाद क्या होने वाला है उसका? That's what Prabhupada is saying. I'm not saying it. I'm just making it simple for us to understand. Nobody wants to undergo austerities of brahmacharya. Everyone wants to remain unmarried, but also engage in sex. Everybody knows this. I'm not explaining. In this way, people are losing all good character. To maintain a woman who is nothing more than a prostitute and engage in illicit sex with her for producing children is sinful. This is in the Bhagavatam, so Prabhupada is just putting it there. Such children are unwanted. Varna Sankara. If you read Bhagavad Gita, first chapter, Arjuna is saying, मुझे झगड़ा नहीं करना है, मुझे फाइट नहीं करनी है. क्यों? क्योंकि वर्ण संकर होगा. हम सब मरने के बाद लेडीज विल बी misused. And in this way, society becomes degraded. ठीक है, second last paragraph. Ajamil became attracted to a prostitute and with her begot 10 children. Allah. He became so degraded that he could not execute honest business to support his large family, and he was forced to beg, borrow, and steal to maintain them. If a person indulges in illicit sex, intoxication, and gambling automatically follows. His expenses will be unlimited, and to meet all his expenses, he will have to adopt methods of cheating and stealing. The basis of Ajamil's degradation was his illicit connection with the prostitute. There is nothing to explain, very simple. Ajamil की story हम आगे थोड़ा पढ़ेंगे. Okay, last paragraph. Therefore, in the practice of Krishna consciousness, we do not allow any illicit sex. Devotees must either get married or remain celibate. Celibate बोले तो brahmachari. This regulation is very effective for maintaining high standards of purity. Prabhupada ki jai. Next chapter's name is The Imitation of the Original. Okay, thank you very much for coming.